Younger Oldie here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm talking about why I think touring in Europe has become so popular. I have kept this to a list of just 8 countries apart from the UK, as these seem to be the most popular. Now I have visited 7 of these countries, but sadly not all on a bike. The climate of these countries is not necessarily better than ours. i.e. if you look at France, it's a large country, so the weather's most likely will be better in the south than it would be up the north. The one thing I have noticed is the scenery can be spectacular and the condition of the roads tends to be far better than here in the UK. The sizes and population figures vary slightly depending on what source you get them from. So let's start with the UK, including England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland and all the little islands off our shores. The UK is 93,628 square miles and we have a population of 68 million. Now, Southern Ireland is 26,960 square miles with a population of 5,100,000. It's a good place to ride with some nice scenery and great if you like a pint of Guinness. Dublin is quite a large city and it's very popular with tourists. We rode up from Ireland to Northern Ireland to watch the Northwest 200 motorbike racing, and we got to see the famous Joey Dunlop race there. When we finished watching the racing, we rode down the beautiful coastline to Belfast and then caught the ferry to Scotland. One of the most common ways to get to France is going from Dover to Calais. It's on the main ferry crossing. Also there's a Channel Tunnel, which is a quick and easy way to get there on the train, and then 30 minutes later you are there and riding on the right hand side of the road. The square miles of France is 212,900 and it has a population of 64,756,000. I have ridden in France a couple of times, but only really the North Coast road up to Belgium. If you want history and romance, obviously Paris is the place to be, but I've been told you take your life in your hands on the roads there. There seems to be many great places to visit that are perfect for motorbike riding tourers. Now Germany, I've actually been there many times, but I've never actually rode there. My wife likes the Christmas markets, so there's been many different cities and towns there I've been fortunate enough to visit. It's a very nice place, I actually do like it. The square miles is 138.63 miles with a population of 83,294,000. Here again, there's some fantastic places to tour here. Belgium is a nice place. I went to a motorbike rally a few years ago with the club and it was absolutely great. People were all nice and friendly, a good venue, nice bands to see, good food. You couldn't really fault it. Sadly, after 40 years it was the last one, so never got to go again. Bruges and Ostend are actually worth a visit. Now, to save taking the bikes into the big cities, we tend to all pile into a large taxi there and back. It also saves walking around in bike gear. The square mileage is 11,787 square miles with a population of 11.5 million. Now Austria is a beautiful country. I have been there but sadly never rode a bike there. The scenery is as beautiful as you'd find anywhere else in the world and the mountain passes and the roads are just amazing. The square mileage is 32,385 and the population is just under 9 million. Now Switzerland, like Austria, has breathtaking scenery and amazing roads. I remember when I was there looking out of the coach window and seeing all the bikes just enjoying this remarkable riding experience. And of course, wishing I was riding with them. The square mileage is 15,943 and the population is 8,797,000. No visit here would be complete without a trip to St Moritz, the skiing playground for the rich and the famous. It made me smile when looking in a closed shop window that nothing had a price on. The general feeling is if you ask how much it is, and you can't afford it. There's a massive lake, below the town, and the longest escalator I have ever seen to take you down there and back up to the town again. I was told at certain times of the year they actually dye the lake to keep it nice and blue. I looked in the estate agent's window and I saw a nice long cabin there, ideal for skiing. It was about twice the size of a static caravan and it was only €1,000,000. Now Luxembourg is the only country on this list I haven't visited, but I've spoken to riders who have been there and they all gave it good reviews. The square mileage is only 998 square miles, with a population of just 654,000 people. The Netherlands, now there's a place I've been many times, but never rode there, but that will soon change. The square mileage is 16,040, with a population of 17,618,000. I absolutely love a place called Valkenburg, which is on the borders of Belgium and Germany. We used to go on a fantastic value coach trip here every January, and we always had a great time. I do plan the ride there and stay there for a few days. Amsterdam also has to be visited, and all the things you've heard about it are completely true. What a place! Apart from the two main things it's famous for, there's also a lot of history and culture there, so it's well worth a visit. What you can't miss in these countries is that how clean they seem to be. Either they have a fantastic cleaning service or the population don't litter as much as we do. Maybe a bit of both. Having said that, we're quite overcrowded. But it appears that old cars there, they tend to be about 3 years old. And a car of 5-year-old is actually classed as a classic. I can't work that one out. Are their economies so much better than ours? I've toured many places inland and coastal around the UK, and if it's decent weather, we've got some great places to visit. In England, some of my favourite ones are the Cotswolds, Norfolk, Devon and Cornwall, Isle of Wight, the Lake District, and the South Dorset coast. Of course, there's also Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland as well. The UK is full of history and nostalgia, with so many interesting places to see. At peak times, most places do tend to get a little bit busy, and that's why I go by bike, because sometimes there's not room to park a car. Does it stand to reason that due to our size and higher population means more road users, so the roads take a lot more battering from vehicles? I did a video on how much our government get in fuel duty and road tax, but they only spend a fraction on the roads. Hence, that's why they're in the condition they are. You can actually do a small tour of Europe in less miles than from my home of Leicestershire to Loch Ness and back. So if you've never done it, give it a go. Enjoy these roads and the experience. It's so much easier to do than it used to be. I used to know a dear old lady, and she and her husband bike toured abroad many years ago. She showed me a black and white photo of their bike being craned onto a boat. Now we just have to board a train. Well, I hope this video's inspired you to have a little tour abroad, especially if you've never done it before. I guarantee you, go with the right crowd or even go alone, but you will enjoy it. It's a great experience and one I can't wait to do again. So if you've liked the video, please do the ticks, like and subscribe. But as always, take care, ride safe, and bye for now.